So now, getting back to our questions here, like I said, I the first time I heard that song, I want to say I don't know if that was the one you played on Dan's show, but I think I went to your YouTube channel, and I'm always multitasking. So I had my laptop sitting out, and I was doing a bunch of things, and I was playing with my dog, and that came on, and my dog was ready to go outside. I'm like, hold on, whoa, and I started grooving to that. I tweeted it because I love that line. How does it go? When I die, bury me vertically in my b-boy stance, and I just, man, that's some old school stuff right there. I like that. I dig that a lot. So now in 2003, you've been doing your thing for a while now, and you've won several awards since then. Why don't you tell us about like the Gospel Music Award for Rap Album of the Year?
Okay, well, it was just this past year, the most recent GMA Gospel Awards. It was a GMA, pretty much is the Grammys for gospel music. So pretty much, I was blessed this year to walk away with that award. And I didn't think I was gonna win it because there was quite a few dudes in there. There was this dude, one of the artists I was nominated. He won. He won well, he didn't win. He got nominated for 2 Grammy awards for a couple of his albums. So I was just assuming, naturally he'll take it, but it didn't go that way. So God bless me, and he's still dope, the next guy, but I guess it wasn't his turn at that time. So it did it did good things. Got me a lot of radio play, got me a couple distribution deals. So that's where I am right now. Just for doing a follow up to that particular album. There's a Stella, there's the Dove Awards. Yes, it's equivalent to those. Yeah.
Now, besides those, what other awards besides those have you gotten?
Well, one 2 Maja Awards. That would be the equivalent to like the BET Awards. So those ones are pretty cool because they're voted on by your peers and all. So it's not by the public. The public's nice, but sometimes the public don't get it right. But when your peers are being nominated, but they're the ones that are voting you the particular award, that's pretty cool as well. So I got best new artist and best hip hop album of the year as well for that particular organization, the Maja Awards. And there was a couple.
Cool.
Yeah, so and a couple other awards. I got nominated for like the Bible Awards and Covenant Awards, and also the UMAC Awards, which is Urban Canadian Music Association Award. So it recognizes throughout the whole country the main artists within that genre of music. So it was a blessing, But once again, awards are awards, They don't really do anything but get you a little bit of publicity, but at the same time, you still got to come back and give them a hot record. So, it's good to get nominated, but I don't really concentrate on, stuff like that. They don't really do much, at the end of the day.
Right. You still have to pay bills. You still have to do things that,
Absolutely.
You can get a lot of likes on Facebook, but, those YouTubers that are making money.
If it was going to come with a, extra $100 to $500,000 with awards, then we could say, okay, everything is nice. But, you got a lot of dudes that don't even have a radio single that make about $1 million a year touring. So, awards are cool, but I really concentrate on the art. I try to concentrate on the art.
Right. Well, that's what it's all about, because every day, you have to have the energy to get up on that stage and perform, and you have to want to perform and give that show.
Yeah.
You can't, whether it's your first or your 100th show that year, they still got to have the same energy because it may be someone else's first time seeing you.
Absolutely.
So now, who do you credit as an influence as far as your music and your faith?
I music-wise, when I was young, I listened to Nas a lot, so that got me into the conscious mind frame, or you could actually give a message or whatever you're thinking, you can actually put it in music, and now the society has a visual and a musical picture of what's in your brain. So I used to listen to Nas a lot, and so that he was a big influence, and there's a whole lot of Canadian talent up here that's dope. I don't know if people know about them, but they're amazing. Infinite, he's one of the people I grew up with every single word that he'll spit. And he was the first person to me actually that was able to bring consciousness, street life, and commercial appeal all in one big round bubble. So he was one of my homeboys from the neighborhood. So by looking at his success, it was one of those scenarios where it's like, yo, like, I'm right here. So I could, it's attainable because, one day he's here, but then the next day he's on, Much Music or Rhapsody and all of this. So, he was a big influence. I don't know if I ever told him, but, I had a chance to go on tour with him a couple of times, but I don't know if I ever told him. But yeah, definitely he was a humongous influence. I still think he's one of the best right now. So Nas,
wow,
yeah, Nas Infinite. Check him out when you get to, if you ever get to you know, if you want to look up some hot music, Infinite, and his CD that I'm talking about is called 360 Degrees.
Okay, no, I definitely will. That I definitely will. As a matter of fact, I mean, as soon as I'm done here, I'm gonna actually check it out.
Yeah, dope, man. Art of storytelling, man. That's people think Nas could tell a story, man. This dude's on the next level, man.
Yeah, I love that. I love finding new underground artists, and who knows, it's always nice to add new music to the playlist and things to listen to. So, hey, I'll definitely be able to check that out. I definitely will be checking that out. Excuse me. Now, with gospel hip hop, is it the same thing for you, or is it actually two entities? Are you hip hop and gospel, or a Christian, or is it all 100% Christian together?
Well, for me, it's that title's kind of it always been weird to me because, like I said, before I even became a Christian, I was always rapping and spitting positivity, right? So when I became a Christian, everybody called me a gospel or Christian rapper. So it wasn't a title that I didn't even know what it was. I knew I was a rapper that happened to be a Christian, and I'll spit stuff that I'm going through. And at that particular time, I was getting into Christianity. So majority of the stuff I'll spit about was about finding God and what God has done for me. But later on now, as I became a little bit more mature Christian, I started just talking about life in general, you know what I mean? Just life, everything that I've been through, and how God has helped me, come out of these scenarios, or even what kind of knowledge God has given to me. So to me, it's to me it's almost like there's two different entities, you know what I mean? So a lot of people want to grab the gospel Christian rapper category, but to me, I just do life music, and I happen to be a Christian, so I guess if they want to call me a Christian rapper, I'll take that. If they want to call me a positive rapper, I'll take that. But I'm just a Christian dude that happens to rap, so you are gonna hear, Christian elements in my music.
That's cool. I actually like that. That's an interesting perspective, actually. Um, how did the gospel group Imperial All-Stars come about?
Well, what it was, originally, the Imperial All-Stars consisted of one, two, three, four, about 5 individuals, including myself. Now, I owned a barbershop for about several years, about 20 years, and whenever you know how it is when you go to the barbershop. Everybody has bars, the battles, everybody spits and all, but it happens to be majority of the people I work with in that particular shop. Everybody was extremely talented, and everybody shared the same belief system. So Imperial All-Stars, Imperial was the actual name of my barbershop, which was called Imperial Hair Design.
Nice.
Yeah, so the All-Stars now was a couple of barbers and a receptionist that were, that worked for me. So, and every single day would just sit there and make songs, and I was like, man, like everybody would freestyle. The girl would come in with a hook, and everybody just spits their stuff. And so what I did was we built a studio in the back of the barbershop. And we just went in there every single day and just started making records, and because of that, yeah, it just came natural. Imperial All-Stars. It wasn't really something that I sat there and thought about it. The name of the barbershop was called Imperial, and these are my All-Stars. So yeah, that's how the group came about, and that's how I came out. And originally, I wasn't even wanting to rap. I was actually wanting to manage and produce and promote all the talent that was at the shop. And I started off doing that, and just then as you're writing the songs, and it's almost like sometimes people can't really spit it the way you want to spit it, or they don't really get your idea. So I'll make reference tracks so they get it. So when I made the reference tracks, they ended up just dropping a couple of verses, say, "Yo, no, we want you on this song." So I became a part of the group. I was trying to manage. So yeah, and that's how the group came about. And we went strong for a few years, and then each person broke off and started their solo career. And I was there by myself, and I was like, you know what? Let me creatively do what I feel is in my heart, because even though all of us had the same vision, everybody has a different perspective and different style of music. So now is the time where I could say, you know what, this is what I am, and this is who I am, and let me do this for myself.
That's cool. I mean, it's interesting in that sense because I noticed. I like that start. I noticed that there was a bunch of other artists that was with you, and I was going to ask, like, are you still in contact with any of them today?
Oh yeah, I'm definitely still in contact. Majority of those artists, each one has their own separate record deals, and they're doing their own thing, and different parts of the world and the country and all. But yeah, definitely, I still mess with them. I'm still in contact with them. But yeah, so it wasn't a breakup. It was just one of those scenarios where each one, I believe, became mature in their art form, and they wanted to put out more of themselves opposed to more of the group. So yeah, majority of them are successful, and they're doing their thing.
That's good to hear. I mean, it's kind of like the 5 different arms of Voltron separating
Yeah,
and going on to create their own mega robot.
absolutely. It's a perfect analogy right there.
Now, is there a big gospel music scene now? Is there? I mean, I realize there is a lot of positivity, but is there an actual big gospel music scene in Toronto, or is it all about Drake?
Um, well, it used to be all about Drake, but everything completely changed now. As for gospel, everything's kind of Toronto's one of those cities where it's like it's like 10 different things combined into one. So there's not a huge gospel scene, gospel hip hop scene. There's a huge musical hip hop scene, and gospel, secular music, traditional because Toronto has different nationalities on the same block. You know what I mean? You got Chinese, Portuguese, Black, Indian, Jamaican, all on the same block. So everybody has a funky version of music that they like, and a lot of us, we grew up with so many different cultures in our classroom. So when we come together, it's a sound that I don't think nobody can duplicate. So to answer your question as for the gospel hip hop scene, it's not that big, but for the musical hip hop urban music scene, it's pretty humongous. We got a lot of dudes right now that are big time. Aside from Drake, you got this brand new dude, J Soul, and he just got signed by Baby from Young Money, or Cash Money.
Yeah.
He got signed. It's a young kid. He's dope. You got Tory Lanez. He's dope. He's amazing. He's signed to Universal. You got a whole bunch of dudes up here that you got Alyssa Cara. She's huge. She's like a version. She's like a classical R&B version that's signed to Universal, I believe. So
Yeah, I dig her. Yeah, I found her. I think I found her on Bounce or something. Yeah, she's got a really unique voice, and